Picture this. You're in a silent library, a quiet meeting, or sitting beside someone fast asleep, and suddenly that unmistakable tickle rises in your nose. You feel the sneeze coming like a tiny storm building behind your face, and in a split second, you decide to fight it. You pinch your nose, clamp your mouth shut, and trap the whole thing inside. It feels polite, even clever. But here's the wild part. A sneeze is one of the most powerful reflexes your body can produce, and when you block its exit, that energy doesn't simply vanish. It has to go somewhere. So what actually happens inside your head and chest in that suppressed moment? Today on Body Decoded, we're diving into the surprising science of holding back a sneeze and why your body builds such an explosive escape in the first place. First, let's understand what a sneeze really is, because it's far more impressive than it seems. A sneeze, scientifically called sternutation, is a coordinated reflex designed to forcefully clear irritants from your nasal passages. It begins when something triggers the sensitive lining inside your nose, maybe dust, pollen, pepper, or even sudden bright light for some people. Nerve signals race to a region of your brainstem, sometimes nicknamed the sneeze center. From there, your body orchestrates a beautifully complex sequence. You take a deep breath, your chest muscles tense, your throat briefly closes, pressure builds, and then everything releases at once. The result is a burst of air that can travel remarkably fast, carrying tiny droplets several feet. It's your respiratory system's built-in reset button, a protective explosion meant to keep your airways clean and clear. So when you hold a sneeze, you're essentially trying to cap a pressurized release at the exact moment it's set to fire. By pinching your nose and sealing your mouth, you close off the two main exits that pressurized air normally uses. But the muscles in your chest have already contracted, and the air is already racing upward with considerable force. With nowhere to go through the front, that pressure can redirect backward and upward into spaces connected to your nose and throat. Think of it like squeezing a balloon shut at the neck while still pressing on its body. The air pushes hard against whatever surfaces it can reach. Your body didn't design this reflex to be bottled up, so suppressing it means that built-up energy gets rerouted into your internal passages instead of out into the open air. One area that may feel the effect is the network of tubes connecting your nose and throat to your ears, called the eustachian tubes. These narrow channels normally help balance pressure in your middle ear, the same reason your ears pop on airplanes or up a mountain. When a held sneeze sends pressure rocketing through your upper airway, some of that force can travel along these tubes toward the ears. That's why holding a sneeze can sometimes cause a strange popping, crackling, or muffled sensation, almost like your head is briefly sealed shut. For most people, this passes quickly and harmlessly, but it's a vivid reminder that your nose, throat, and ears are all interconnected, sharing a delicate plumbing system that's exquisitely sensitive to sudden changes in pressure. The sinuses are another set of spaces that can feel the redirected force of a suppressed sneeze. Your sinuses are hollow, air-filled pockets nestled within the bones of your face and forehead, lined with delicate tissue. When you stifle a sneeze, the pressure that should have escaped your nostrils can press against these enclosed cavities. Many people describe a sudden ache, fullness, or throbbing in their cheeks, eyes, or forehead afterward. It's the sensation of pressure with nowhere convenient to dissipate. For most healthy people, this discomfort is brief and fades on its own. Still, it beautifully illustrates how interconnected and pressure-sensitive your facial anatomy really is. That tickle you tried to silence was connected to a whole architecture of air-filled chambers, all momentarily affected by your decision to hold the line. Your eyes can be part of the story too, in a slightly unsettling way. Some people experience a brief feeling of pressure behind the eyes when they suppress a strong sneeze. This happens because the pressure generated travels through the connected spaces of your head, and the eyes sit right within that pressurized region. You might notice mild watering, a momentary heaviness, or that wide-eyed, startled sensation. While this is generally harmless for healthy individuals, it's another fascinating example of how a single reflex ripples outward. A sneeze isn't an isolated event in your nose. It's a full head phenomenon involving muscles, nerves, air pressure, and interconnected cavities. When you trap it, you're not just stopping one thing, you're influencing a whole region of pressure-sensitive structures all at once, which is why the experience can feel so strange. This brings up an obvious question. Is holding a sneeze actually dangerous? For the vast majority of healthy people, occasionally stifling a sneeze is unlikely to cause serious harm, and most do it now and then without consequence. However, mainstream medical sources note that forcefully suppressing a powerful sneeze can, in rare cases, be linked to minor issues like temporary ear discomfort or pressure-related sensations. The key word is rare. Doctors generally suggest that letting a sneeze out naturally is the gentler option, ideally into a tissue or your elbow. This isn't about fear, it's about respecting how your body is engineered. The reflex exists for a reason, and your nose is genuinely better at expelling irritants than your willpower is at containing them. Working with your biology is almost always easier than fighting it. There's a deeper appreciation hiding in all of this. Your sneeze reflex is an ancient, finely tuned protective system, refined over countless generations to guard your airways and help clear away potential irritants. The fact that a single tickle can mobilize your brainstem, your chest muscles, your throat, and a burst of high-speed air is genuinely astonishing. So the next time you feel that familiar prickle building, you can picture the entire cascade waiting to unfold. The inhale, the build, the release. Whether you choose to let it fly into a tissue or muffle it for politeness, you'll understand the hidden mechanics at play. Your body is constantly performing these small marvels of engineering, mostly without you noticing. A sneeze is just one of the loudest, most dramatic reminders that you are a beautifully complex machine. If you found yourself looking at sneezing in a whole new way, you're exactly the kind of curious mind this channel is made for. Here at Body Decoded, we take the everyday things your body does, the ones you've never thought twice about, and reveal the fascinating science humming beneath the surface. From what happens when you crack your knuckles, to why your stomach growls, and how your body reacts when you finally get good sleep, there's an endless universe of wonder inside you, waiting to be explored. So if you enjoyed this journey, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss the next discovery. Drop a comment telling us which body mystery you want decoded next. Until then, stay curious, take care of yourself, and remember, your body is always more amazing than you think.